Hello and welcome to another impromptu Superior Comic Show comic related video. So with the new podcast postponed again until tomorrow, lots to look forward to on that. We have our Infinity War spoiler free review. We also have a guest review as Jasper Reviews, go check him out on YouTube, has sent us over his Infinity War review. It's a lot of reviews. Is there another word? So he sent us that over, so that'll be included as well. We're also going to be discussing the previous week's comics and looking forward to this week's comics, as well as talking about the general comic, movie and TV news. Until then, I thought you guys have waited long enough since the last video, so I thought I'd put some content out there. So as many people know, a while back in X-Men comics, Wolverine was killed when he became trapped in adamantium, and he had that badass looking statue. Well, Marvel are currently undergoing an event called the Hunt for Wolverine. It started months back with Wolverine making random appearances in tons of comics, including The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, I say making appearances, the only person who knew he was there was him. Now, in the latest in the new Hunt for Wolverine #1, we see the Reavers attempt to go to Wolverine's resting place and extract some tissue from Wolverine. They're obviously being hired by someone, we don't know who. But when they get there, they trip on an arm and the X-Men show up. And during the fight, the X-Men, are bashing the Reavers basically. But eventually the Reavers manage to split the statue open. But the statue is empty. It then shoots back to the past, where we see that when Wolverine was trapped in the statue, they brought it to that resting place, and then Kitty Pryde phased into the statue, pulling Wolverine's body out, which was very difficult for her as adamantium and the skeleton, the adamantium and the statue, it was all kind of fused together, really hard to differentiate between them. But she managed to get his body out, and they buried him. They had a they had a very sad funeral for Wolverine. Now, after this whole thing with the Reavers, they went to Wolverine's grave and realised Wolverine's body's not there no more. So at the end of that, we see Kitty Pryde show up in Tony Stark's lab, asking Tony Stark for help to track down Logan. And Tony Stark agrees, thinking he's the one people go to. But then we hear that Kitty Pryde has also brought in a few more people. Now, in the latest edition of this Hunt for Wolverine, we see Weapon Lost #1, in which Daredevil, who was recruited by the X-Men, is now hunting for Wolverine too. Now, Daredevil brings in Detective McGee, Inhuman, and they bring in Misty Knight as well. Love Misty Knight. And then all three of them go and recruit Cypher, who's a mutant who can speak every language, even the language of the internet, so he just chats away to the internet. A lot of things happen in the comic. We see Misty Knight is retired. Her and Frank are having a real serious conversation, while Deadpool kind of tunes out because it's none of his business about why Misty retired. When Deadpool first recruited Frank, he was a bit iffy when he heard that Deadpool was looking for a missing mutant, until Deadpool mentions that missing mutant is Wolverine. Well, nice little funny scene then when he asks which Wolverine, the old one, the lady, the blonde one, the cyborg. It shows him which Wolverine has been thrown around comics even since his death. At the end of this comic, Cypher has gone into the internet. He's read through, trying to find any traces of Logan whatsoever. And it ends on the line, Logan is everywhere. And we see a page come up with Logan spotted here, Wolverine spotted here, Logan made me pregnant. It's basically, it's just Logan has been getting around. Now, the next one out, I believe, is Mystery in Madripoor, and then there's another one as well, which I can't remember what the name of it was. Damn it. Well, we have a few. I think there's 3 books tying into the Hunt for Wolverine, under that Weapon Lost storyline. And all these, they're bringing in all, basically seems like all the Avengers are going to be involved at one point, including our boy Spidey. So yeah, Wolverine is, everyone knows, is a hugely iconic character in Marvel history. He's usually everyone's favourite. To me, with the X-Men, he was like the anti-Scott, the anti-Cyclops, you know, whereas Cyclops was a Boy Scout, everything was done by the book. Wolverine was this grumpy kind of anti-hero more than anything else, and I just preferred him over Scott, to be honest. It's just random Cyclops slander just thrown in there at you. But yeah, so at the moment it's an exciting thing, you know. Wolverine, unlike many characters, when he died in the books, had been dead for a while now. They did bring in other versions. You have Old Man Logan, you have X-23, Laura Kinney, and then you have that cyborg android Wolverine thing going around. But so it's interesting though, but the original Logan has been gone for a while, for a hot minute. So it's interesting that they're deciding to bring it back now, especially when they're restarting a lot of their titles at number 1. To me, that's their ploy to get new comic readers on board after Infinity War. With Logan coming back, he's obviously going to have his own comic, which is why Laura Kinney's X-23 has gone back to her book being called X-23 rather than all new, all different Wolverine. This is a story. Now, me with X-Men books, I started picking up recently. X-Men Gold, okay. X-Men Red is fantastic. Wolverine always drew me to pick up books of the X-Men. I was never a huge X-Men fan. Wolverine, Nightcrawler and Kitty Pryde were always my favourites. But Wolverine, he just has that weapon X factor. I'm not even sorry for that. That will draw more fans in and get fans to read the books, and I think it's a genius move by Marvel. I think it was genius in the first place to have them gone for so long, so even old readers will want to come back and have a look at this. But anyway, that's my 2 cents and a quick kind of recap of what's happening in the Hunt for Wolverine at the moment. Are you picking up this book? What do you think of it so far? And are you happy to see Logan come back into the Marvel comic universe, or should they have done the unthinkable and just completely left him dead? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, or talk to us on Twitter at SuperiorComic16, Instagram at SuperiorComic16, or even Facebook, The Superior Comic Show. We love hearing from you guys, and we'll be dropping more content like this on a regular basis. Don't forget to like and subscribe.